Cardinals and Texans. This is a must-win. And I say must-win. It can be a must-win every week for the Texans, but this is a must-win at home against the Cardinals, a team that you should beat, especially coming off a high, beating the Bengals, a good, favorable Super Bowl playoff team, so to speak. So the Cardinals shouldn't be standing in your way, especially at home. I know Kyler Murray is back. It's going to take him a while to get back in the groove. Even if he runs around and make a few plays, I think we still should be able to win it. So Texans at home in Week 11. Giants and Commanders. Man, I'm just going to take Commanders because they're at home. It's a toss-up. They're both bad. Man, I'm just surprised about those Commanders. I expect a lot more from them. They need a few wins in a row. That's what they need. A few wins in a row. Did they win last week? Did they win last week? No, they didn't. They lost to the Seahawks. They lost to the Seahawks. We're still going to go with y'all in Week 11. Jets and Bills. I don't know what's going on, but those Bills are slumping. They say they lost their offense. Josh Allen say they lost their offense. I mean, what y'all do? Y'all put it in a paper bag, put it on the shelf? What do you mean you lost your offense? They're bad. They're struggling. There's a strong possibility that this team won't even make the playoffs. Can you imagine that? Buffalo Bills, possibly. Depending, let them drop a few more games and see what happens. They could miss the playoffs. Imagine that. Imagine that. And usually I would pick the Bills in this type of situation against the Jets. I can't do it. They struggle too much for me. Can't trust them. I'm going with the Jets. I'm going with the Jets in Week 11. Vikings and Broncos. I'm smelling the sauce and drinking the juice. I'm going with the Broncos at home. It look like they starting to get their stuff together. Not all the way, but they starting to look like a decent team. And I think they probably can beat the Vikings. They should be able to beat the Vikings. Let's just put it that way. Kirk Cousins out for the year. So, I mean, their backup can go out there and throw for 400 yards for all we know. I mean, that's how it's been going week to week. Some teams you think that's not going to win end up winning, but I'm going to go with the Broncos. Actually, I would like for them to get it together. So go ahead and take care of them Vikings in Week 11. All right, let's take this thing back up to the top. Steelers and Browns. We're going to go with the Steelers on that one. That's no shock. But man, Deshaun Watson, shouts out to him. A hell of a game he played against those Ravens. Just when you start getting your groove and then something like that happens, he's out for the year. So prayers, thoughts to him, and hopefully he can come back maybe next year. But it's been a rough few years for Deshaun Watson. Tough years. Hopefully he can bounce back. So we're going to have to go with the Steelers in Week 11.